What is up, everybody? It's Wilverse TV here today. So this tweet is an example of what happens when Xbox Game Pass lives in your head rent free. So this is such a ridiculous post right here. So he says, like and retweet if you prefer to buy your own video games. And this guy is a known Sony fanboy at this point. When it's like, this is just ridiculous. It's like to make a post like this, it's like we know what you're doing. You're trying to throw shade at Xbox Game Pass. Because somehow they have the belief that if you have Game Pass, you just don't buy games anymore for some reason. Because you sign up to the subscription service, you just no longer buy games, which is weird. Like he's showing like it's only 6 games too. It's not even a lot of games at that too. It's like, okay, what is this? Really, what is this? Just everybody just show their recent games now they picked up. Like I have Game Pass. I like Game Pass, and look, I have recent games on here. I'm gonna go through some of these, but these are recent games as well that I still bought. Like Scarlet Nexus just came out. Biomutant just came out. Call of Duty Cold War, the Xbox Series X version, just came out recently. Godfall, this game is trash. Don't buy that game. Spider-Man, I had that before I had a PS5. And it's like we're not gonna go through the rest of these games, but it's like, what's the point of this? What's the point of this points that this post that he has right here? It's just so stupid. And I'm actually getting Demon Souls and Ratchet and Clank in the mail. I was supposed to have them by last week, but I bought those games for around $50 each because I wasn't dumb enough to pay 70. I didn't want to pay 70 for those games, so I waited for them like around 50 on eBay. Resident Village I bought digital, and like Mass Effect Legendary I bought digital as well. Returnal I can buy that as well for around 52. So what's the purpose of this, man? It's like people who buy Game Pass, they buy games physical as well too. It's like that's the point I was trying to prove. It's like we still buy games physical, still or we buy digital. It's like we still buy games. It's just a stupid tweet right here. Um, you can buy games on Game Pass still. Yes, you can, but you still be paying for rent too. What's the point? Okay, and it's like, what's the big deal? If someone wants to rent their games, let them do that. Like, what's the issue here? I'd rather play my games for almost no money on Game Pass than spending $7 on one title. Um, but I'd rather just not spend $70 on any game. That's me personally. I don't want to spend $70 on any game. I wait for these games to go down in price, like $50. Um, you've been throwing a lot of shade lately. LMAO. This post should not bother literally anyone for any reason. LMAO. So it's just a weird post like this. It's like he's throwing shade at Game Pass when it's clearly the Xbox Game Pass is clearly has you triggered for some weird reason. Like this clearly has these people triggered for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter either way. You can't play without internet, so it is what it is. I don't know what they're talking about here. I love having a collection of games in physical form. However, you don't own them. That disc has barely anything from the actual game. The majority of it's in its day one patch and later updates, I'm afraid. It's a big reason why I hope Game Pass does not succeed. What the fuck? They want Game Pass to fail. These guys are weird. It's like, do you want Netflix to fail? Do you want Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus? It's just weird. Like Game Pass, I just don't get it. They want PS Now to fail too. Then because they want PS Now to fail too. Then it's just weird. I mean, physical sales were declining before Game Pass became a thing, while digital continues to rise. Killing off Game Pass wouldn't change the fact that more digital rises, the less reason companies have to release physical media, and they make more from digital sales. I use Game Pass and I still buy games. That's probably like most people. Probably most people have that same sentiment. They can use Game Pass and still buy games. I don't know why a lot of these Sony guys say, hey, once you get Game Pass, you just no longer buy games anymore. It's just weird. I don't know what makes you think that those who have Game Pass don't buy games. It's just weird. I do for sure. However, Game Pass has allowed me to try a whole bunch of titles I wouldn't otherwise purchase. That's another thing too with Game Pass. It's like a lot of games that you just iffy about or you think it's probably trash. You don't have to pay full price for them. It's like these guys they're just excited to pay full price for games that might be trash. It's like I don't get it. Like I wish there was a Game Pass service for what is that game? I wish there was a Game Pass equivalent service for this game. I wouldn't have bought this trash. That game was garbage. Uh, what's the difference if you played them while rented or bought? Do they become different games? It's funny because it's true. They're the same games regardless. Like PlayStation needs a Game Pass type service. It's like I would have definitely wouldn't have bought that Godfall game. That game is garbage. Uh, I don't really have a preference. If PlayStation has on Game Pass, I would probably get it. It was a good library. I think most people would probably get a Game Pass equivalent on PlayStation if they had it. To be honest. Let me see. I do like physical, but it doesn't matter with things like this. Most people have their PlayStation connected to the internet. Sony could push out one small update, force out update if you don't have. Okay, I don't know what they're talking about right here. I used to have Game Pass until I realized I was just throwing my money in the trash. I played a ton of games. Just PS4 alone, I have around 180. My Xbox One, I had a 50. I never felt like it was worth the money. Okay. Digital is the only way to go. They don't run off the disc anymore. It's just wasted time switching. My digital library has 250 plus own games. So much for Xbox people not buying games. Yeah, I think most Xbox people buy games. It's just a stupid narrative that these guys came up with because they hate Game Pass so much. And it's just Game Pass is how these guys so triggered to make this whole narrative that you don't buy games anymore because you own Game Pass. It's just weird. I like to own some games for sure, but I love a Game Pass equivalent for a PlayStation that allows us to try a bunch of new games day one. These two options are mutually exclusive. We could have both. We should have both, like Xbox does. Um, Same here. Never bought so many games in the start of a console generation. So he literally has like every PS5 exclusive that, not even every PS5 game that came out. Like, why? Like, literally, why? He literally has like every PS5 game that came out. A lot of these, there's probably a lot of trash up there too. After trying Quick Resume, I'm okay with digital. Can't go back. Yeah, Quick Resume was amazing, especially with a digital library. That's why it's like you're not gonna just like a physical games right here. I wouldn't mind just going digital as well too, because that is a cool feature to have. You don't have to switch games, and you can just instantly go to the game. If you love a game, buy the F in full price. No. I'll buy it when I want to buy it. I like both renting and owning. That's like that is people can do both. You can rent and own a game. I don't know why people seem so shocked about that. I buy all digital, but the keyword is buy. Who cares if you rent or buy it? I was like, you still playing the same game. Who cares? At the end of the day. Yeah, so I'm gonna include it right here. Or no, let's look at the quote tweets first, because this is pretty ridiculous. Let's get the quote tweets. Uh, I purchase digital, especially during sales, and use Game Pass. Neither is a real preference, as both work great together. Shocking, I know, but what isn't announced for Game Pass? Use the service what it is. Games I plan to replay a ton or mod directly purchase. Okay. Anti-Xbox Game Pass guys, you want you to believe everyone stopped going to the movie theater because we all just waited for films to hit Netflix now. I mean, look at this clown. Yeah, they really think that because it's just weird. It's just this logic is just so weird. These dudes sound like the same dinosaurs that were angry about movie streaming and music streaming. I actually remember trying to convince friends how convenient Microsoft Zoom music subscription was versus just buying our digital music. There are always people like this. I think most people, myself included, prefer to own their games, but having options like Game Pass and PS Now that gives people more accessibility to games is a good thing. I agree. You can do both. It's okay. LOL. Like they legit think you can't do both. Like the legit thing you can't rent games and own games as well. It's just weird. Bro, you taking way too many L's the last 2 months, but he won't stop. He gonna keep making these cringy Twitter posts, and people like me keep making videos about it because it's just getting ridiculous. Like this is getting stupid at this point. So we're gonna conclude it right here. Like I said, Xbox Game Pass lives in these guys' heads rent free. So yeah, they keep posting pictures and making posts like this, cringy posts like this, because hey, you gotta always throw a shot at Game Pass. It's just weird. It's very, very weird. But yeah, definitely see your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.